Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I just want to thank all my old subscribers and welcome my new subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. So it's been exactly 1 month since I planted my 2022 Victory Garden. And these pictures that you're seeing now are just some pictures from past year's gardens. I wanted to show you what it looks like and show you what's coming. Now this is a view from my kitchen window this morning over my sink. So right here at my back door, or stoop as we used to call it back in New York, I have onions, but they're not doing so well. Strawberries, again, not doing so well. My herbs, not doing so well. There's strawberries there. This strawberry basket is doing really well, but it is a start from the nursery, so hopefully I won't kill that. Thyme, parsley, oregano, sage there, not doing anything. This is borage, is doing really good. I killed the lavender. I've had that for 2 years now, and it's dying off. Chives, I can't kill them if I wanted to. I keep cutting them back, and they keep growing time after time after time. So I guess I'm going to have lots of chives again this year. And we have some lettuce growing up here, and then over to what I lovingly call my driveway garden. This is my driveway, and this is the little garden right alongside of it. I have some flowers here that I got from the nursery. My garlic and onions in this area are not doing so well. Radishes, always the first thing to come up and harvest. I should plant them a little later so they're closer to when my lettuce and tomatoes are ready, but I'll plant another one and we'll have these to eat fresh, and those hopefully I'll get and try to ferment again this year. But I've got 2 different varieties. There's breakfast radishes and then just a round radish, and some probably need to be pulled now. And I'm kind of doing this in slow motion sort of, because I did it and I wanted to do talking as I videotaped it, but I'm having problem with my sound, so I'm doing a voiceover now. So this is my radish, my first one of the season. I will be eating this in a salad, and it tastes delicious because I've already eaten it by now. But there's some more coming up, and hopefully we'll get a good crop out of this. So they're looking pretty good. Some of them are probably ready to come on the ground too. In this area I planted carrots. They're starting to come up. Next to that, I planted celery, which doesn't seem to be doing quite as well as everything else around it. So we'll see what happens there. Next to that, I planted calendula. I gotta remember, like, what's in my garden. Please excuse me. So I have other things like tomatoes growing there that I did not plant there. Thanks birds and the wind and everything else. And here is a patch of tomatoes that are doing really good. Don't ask me what variety they are, because I don't know. And I don't care if they cross-pollinate and all that, because I already have so many tomato seeds I don't need to save any for this year. And then I have peppers, all different kinds of peppers, some hot, some sweet, and some that are not doing so well, as you see at that little guy. The rest seem to be doing really good, and hopefully we'll get a good crop of them. Here is some cucumbers. I think I didn't plant them there, but that's where they're growing, so I am leaving them. Next to that, it's supposed to be okra. Nothing's coming up yet. Cross your fingers that we have some okra. That's one of hubby's favorite vegetables. The rest of us don't like them, so we just grow a few for him. My elderberry seems to be dying. I hope not, but one is looking like it's really sickly, so I might just cut that off and hopefully the rest will survive. Mint, again, I'm glad I planted it in a little bucket, a little container, because it's growing prolifically year after year after year. It comes back. Lemon mint, not doing anything. Yes, I know I have weeds and I need to pull them. Lots and lots of weeds. I'm just letting them grow wild. I don't know if this is a weed or not. It kind of looks like fennel, because I did plant fennel, but we'll have to see what that is. And back here is cucumbers. I have 2 different kinds: national pickling cucumbers and seedless, the English type of cucumbers. So over to my main gardening area. Actually, let's stop at the rest of the herbs before we go over to the main gardening area. Here is marjoram, sweet marjoram. That was from the nursery. It's dying off. I got a little bit off of it before it started to die, but it's dying. That is some giant garlic. And then I have all my different herbs here. Thyme, fennel, more fennel, rosemary, oregano, all that with some flowers on the top. But nothing's coming up. Basil, the big one in the center, came from the nursery. Again, dying. I don't know what I'm doing with these things this year. There's all sorts of other herbs that aren't coming up. A lot of my seeds that I got this year were brand new from Baker Creek, and they just are not coming up. I don't know what's going on, but maybe it's something I did. And here's my strawberries. They're coming back really, really good. That is another start from the nursery that is dying. That is summer savory. And that, in years past, has done really well for me. And yeah, I don't know what I've done with it. It's either winter savory or summer savory that's dying off. Here are my blueberry bushes, 2 blueberries. They're doing really good. And I did have a couple of strawberries in here I'm showing you. And the squirrels or the birds got to them before I did. So yeah, there's one little one there. But yeah, they got to it before I did. So hopefully from now on I can keep an eye out for them. So here's another patch of strawberries. We love strawberries around here. It's one of my favorite fruits, so I'll take it. And here's the rest of my fruit trees. I have raspberries, 2 plants, and there's a lot of raspberries coming on. So hopefully I'll get a good crop of raspberries, and I'll get to them before the birds or the squirrels get to them. And that one's not doing so well. It's not got as many. And then these are blackberries. And one plant has a lot on them. The other one has just a few. This one has a lot, as you can see. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a good harvest of raspberries and blackberries, because I really do love my berries. I like to make smoothies and all that kind of thing. And yeah, they're doing really well. So on to my main area, what I call my main garden. And it's the biggest space we garden in. So let's start over here with the pots. And this side of the pots, we have more fruits. There is honeydew melon, cantaloupe, and watermelon in the back. Watermelon is not doing so well. There's 2 plants coming up. I'm crossing my fingers that some more come up, but at this point in time, I'll take 2 over none. And the other 2 seem to be doing really good. The cantaloupe and the honeydew melon are doing really good. So hopefully we get a good crop of those, because I do like to eat those. And on this side, these are doing really well. There is in the front in the front is spaghetti squash, in the middle is zucchini, and in the back is butternut squash. I get it mixed up. Thank goodness I remember to label them, because I will forget. And here are some of my potatoes. Those are the ones I planted in the bags. All 6 of them are still there. I didn't move any. Actually, I tried to move one and it busted, so I left it right where it was. Here is what I call my purple spinach. Here is Swiss chard, and that's coming up. And as you can see, I'm growing purple spinach outside, and I'm growing grass and weeds inside the garden. But whatever. Onions aren't doing so good. Again, I don't know what's going on with them this year. On this side, I have some lettuce in the front coming up. So we should get a good crop of lettuce. I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully they come up. We have peppers. 2 things I want to concentrate on. Peppers and tomatoes this year. That's the 2 crops I mainly wanted to concentrate on. So we'll see how that goes. In this area was all cabbage. I see a few coming up here and there, but also something is starting to eat on the leaves already. And I don't know what's going on with them, but I do have about 6 of them coming up. There was a lot more planted, so hopefully we get a few more before, everything else gets eaten. This is more peppers. As I said, I want to concentrate on peppers and tomatoes. These are the tomatoes in the back. I do have some marigold interspersed between them, but they're not coming up either. But anyway, this is the one that I showed you how to plant with the egg and the milk and all that. This is the one that was right close down to the ground, and it seems to have sprung up. And I wanted to show you a little bit of my tomatoes already coming in. 4 weeks in, and I'm already got a good bit of tomatoes already forming on these back plants here. So hopefully we'll get a bumper crop this year, and I'll be able to do everything I want to do, because I want to try and do some ketchup this year. I've never tried to do ketchup, but this year if I have enough ripe tomatoes, I will. Really good. This is the main area for our potatoes, and hopefully we'll get a good crop of them, and we'll see how it goes. So, but they're looking pretty good. We had a fairly hard rain last night, and some of them were knocked down, but hopefully they'll spring back and we'll get a good crop of them. On this side, I have more tomatoes. I lost one on this side I know of, and some that I just threw on the seeds, they haven't really come up, and hopefully we'll get a couple more. I wouldn't mind getting a couple of more. In the back there is also carrots. Here in this bed is kale. Nothing happening with that. I don't know what's going on. Usually I throw down my kale seeds and my spinach seeds and they come up no problem. And this year, not so much. Again, those seeds from that company. These seeds are spinach, and again, nothing. I have a few collard green seeds there that I had left over, and I decided to put them in the back there by the purple spinach, but they're doing okay, but not as good as I had expected. And then now we're back to the onions, and yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my, what I call my main garden area. Not that much of a variety, but concentrating on what I wanted to grow, which was the tomatoes and the peppers. So that's it for this garden. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos.